So I'm here with my 7th grade Challenge Social Studies teacher, Mrs. Hall, and we're here at CMS to do a quick little interview. So the first question is, what was the difference between Challenge and regular Social Studies?
In Challenge Social Studies, we were able to do more projects and look more in depth at ancient history than it was with the regular level class where we had to rush through it and get through everything. So it was a lot more fun because we could do more fun projects and learn a little bit more about each civilization.
Yeah, and speaking of those projects, I actually have it in here. My favorite project we did was the Create Your Own Civilization. Do you still do that?
Oh, I still do that.
Oh, good.
And it's still the most favorite, too.
Yeah, I remember my civilization was Pancho Knees.
Yes.
All I remember was coming to school wearing a toga and sunglasses. So that was my big moment of the year. What was I like in 7th grade?
When you first came in 7th grade, you were a little shy. All 7th graders usually are because everything's all new and it's different and you're unsure of the teachers. But it was fun because I could see you blossom and grow as a student and as a person, and you came out of your shell and you were just a lot of fun in class. And I know our class always had a good time, and I mean, you did so well and you always contributed and you were so creative, and I think your creativity is what I remember most about you.
You also had my brother John as a student, so what were some similarities and differences between the two of us?
I thought John was much more quiet. I thought once you came out of your shell, I mean, you were just so creative and so into the class, and John would just kind of sit back and just take everything in, where you would just get involved, and you'd be like one of the first kids I remember who wanted to get involved with something. So it was just really cool.
Do you remember anything about parent-teacher conferences, anything that was said in any of those?
I probably told your parents how wonderful you were.
That's
so.
good. Yeah. I just remember in 7th grade we had the student-led conferences,
Okay.
and I remember that was with you.
Okay.
Because when I got the little card that had the assignment of who you had, it said, "Oh, you have it with Mrs. Hall." And
Okay.
I'm like, oh good, a nice teacher who will say nice things about me.
Good.
When I was here in 7th grade, and also when I was in 8th grade, I was part of the Lynx group
Oh, yeah.
with Nathan.
Yeah.
So can you explain a little bit about that?
Okay, the Lynx group was a group that I worked with. Kay Wood was the autistic teacher, and we paired up kids from different classes to work with the autistic kids on their social skills and just be their friends. And a lot of my challenge kids did that because they didn't have a lot of interaction with the autistic program and they weren't allowed their classes. So a lot of my challenge kids took on that role as being a peer mentor to these autistic kids and just being their friend and showing them how to socialize, and they did a great job at it. So.
Yeah, and then actually freshman year I had Intro to Art a full year with Nathan, so I still got to see him
that's
and
cool.
talk with him and everything. So that was a lot of fun. It's a good thing that I got to continue on in high
Right,
school.
exactly.
That's all I have. Do you have any other comments or questions for me or anything?
As I said, I was talking to Josh before we started the interview, and just how it just feels like yesterday he was here, and doesn't seem like he should be a senior now, but it's awesome that he's a senior, and I feel so great and privileged that he came back to ask me questions. So thank you, Josh.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for